Donald Trump was officially announced president of the United States, and because of that, we have a lot of stocks to talk about. The stock market completely took off today, posting its best day since November of 2022, and overall, in over 20 years, the stock market has not done this well after an election. Now, because of that, we have a list of stocks that are going to be doing very well under the Trump campaign, and we're going to be going through those names to watch out for, because some of those names you'll see over the next several months really start to take off, and then they're going to be huge winners in 2025. Now, just taking an overall look at VOO, ticker symbol VOO, it's this S&P 500, you can see that we just had a monster of a day today. Yesterday, we closed around $529. Today, opening around $541, pulling back in the morning with some selling off, but it rallied throughout the rest of the day, finishing up 2.5%. This is a huge move from VOO. A lot of these other big names out there as well, including VUG, which is the Vanguard Growth ETF, did very, very well. If you look at the overall SPY, the NASDAQ, everything did very, very well today. The overall market was a solid green, the best day in over 2 years. Now, because of that, we have a couple different stocks I want to go over. The first one on the list is Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA, closing yesterday at $252. We are at prices right now at $290 closing. We have not seen this price in just about over a year, and then it hasn't been above $300 in a year and a half to 2 years. This is a stock that I want you guys to watch out for because it has the potential to finally get its turnaround. This stock has been trading sideways for the past several months into basically the past year. And then if we look even past that, 2022 is when we last saw it around $300, and then it pulled back and we haven't seen it since then. This is the opportunity that we have right now at this $290 level. If we can break through 290 tomorrow, I want to see this thing not only jump through 290, but we have to watch through 300. 300 is the next area I'm going to be watching for right here, and if we can break through these two areas, we have another jump up to 315, which is a huge run, and then after that, we are golden. We have resistance all the way up here at 380. There's a huge gap. There's a lot of room for us to run. So looking at it back in the smaller view here, and we kind of pull into perspective, we have this first resistance area that we bounced off of around 290. If we can break through 290, we're going to go through, run through to 300. If we can break through 300 or maybe stabilize out near 300, push through 300, we have the next resistance at 320, 315, 320, and then from there, after 315, it's over. I mean, this is going to be a $350 name into 2025. Massive opportunities for Tesla, SpaceX, Elon Musk obviously endorsing President Trump and being with him throughout the whole entire campaign definitely helps this, so I think that Tesla is a big winner moving forward. Now, there's a couple other names on this list. Next, let's go over stock DJT. That is the Donald Trump media and technology stock. We saw some movement in pre-market this morning, jumping up to almost $60, but pulled back. Now, this is one I just want you guys to trade off of. It's not really a great long-term investment, at least in my personal opinion, but it's great for trading, great opportunities to make some quick cash. Just keep watching this one. We want to see what happens around this $40 area. I've seen it before around 40. I want to make sure that we can at least get around that $40 price point tomorrow before we look to jump into a trade. It pulled back quite a bit today, and heading into after hours it did as well. So let's just stay on the lookout with this one and see what happens moving forward. Now, another big name that'll do really well under President Trump and overall because of the AI boom right now is Palantir. The stock off of earnings the other day with a huge push into AI bounced this stock from $40 all the way up to now highs at $55 closing on today. The stock is a beautiful trend for the past several months, and now we've finally gotten this big rally pushing forward where we bounced off this support around $40 and rallied up to 55. Now, I think this is very hot right now. I think that if you're not in it, just sit on the sidelines and wait for it to pull back. But there has been beautiful opportunities where it has stair-stepped pattern all the way up to the price point it's at now. Palantir is a it's a speculative play, but not so much where you're throwing it into something like a Dogecoin, right? It's more of a speculation play where it's not like your Apple, your Amazon, your Google. It's a little bit more riskier in the sense that there is opportunity for growth. It's definitely one of those plays that you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but there's a lot of opportunity with this one. Trading at $55 right now for this stock is absolutely insane compared to where it was at just a couple months ago, back in the $15 to $20 range. And this is just a monster name to be able to get still in a potentially good opportunity at a price point if we get a pullback here. So let's see what happens with Palantir. I think that's going to be another big one into 2025. Along with that, we have Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT. Caterpillar, huge monster move today, up 33 points in the day. Absolutely insane. I mean, you got the blue collar workers. That's a lot of what he's enforcing. You're going to get into the fracking aspect of things, and Caterpillar is a big name to have in your portfolio. I like the odds that Caterpillar is going to have a great 2025 year. They're reporting very good numbers, and if we pull back here, the stock itself has actually been doing extremely well this past year too. We hit lows last year, last month around $303, but we have since then rallied for several weeks on end and now finally hit above $400 today. So a very strong move to the upside, and like I said, finished up 8% today, 33 points. Big name from Caterpillar. Another one on the list, JP Morgan. You gotta love bank stocks under Trump, and JP Morgan and Bank of America had another big day too. There's a lot of big names out there that we got to talk about in the banking space, but I think that JP Morgan is your top winner, and I think that if a bank stock moves like this, are you kidding me? Right now, this thing finished up 12%, 11.5% of the day, 25 points, finished at all-time highs at $248. Yesterday closed at $220. This is a bank stock we're talking about. This isn't some speculative play. This is a beautiful setup in a bank stock. Look at this chart. It's a beautiful setup. Popped right up here to 250. Now, yes, it's a little hot right now. If you're not into it, sit in the sidelines, wait for it to pull back. This is a beautiful name. Ever since we broke through 200, it has been non-stop, just a beautiful move. We have had a very good trending pattern above this red SMA line, which is the overall direction of the stock, and because of that, we've been creating higher highs and higher lows. It's a very strong trending stock. I like JP Morgan. I like Bank of America. You really can't go wrong with any of these names moving forward in the banking space. But with banking comes cryptocurrency, and you gotta talk about Coinbase. Coinbase is another name that I'm not personally in for the long term, but trading this is a great opportunity. Up $60 on the day, up 31%. This thing closed yesterday at $195, opened today at $218, and at $218, this thing decided, you know what, we're gonna rally and we're gonna move higher. Bitcoin hit $75,000 today, and Coinbase itself rallied from $217 up to $257 before pulling back in after hours. Let's see what happens moving forward. If we pull back out and kind of see where we're looking at with resistance areas, we haven't seen this price point in a while, but you can see right here, this resistance area was something that we saw from a while ago. I drew this line forever ago, and it just coincidentally, well, not really coincidentally, because there was resistance there, it bounced off of it. So I want to see it move through this area. I guess you could put another resistance line up here around 264. So if we break through 260 tomorrow, let's watch 264. But if we could break through 264 tomorrow, this is a huge momentum turn, at least in the short term for Coinbase. I think that this one, just because, I mean, you can see based on the chart, it pulls back very hard and rallies very hard, pulls back, rallies. So it's a very volatile play. A lot of moving around, a lot of moving pieces with this one. But it's definitely a fun one to trade, and then a great long-term opportunity if you're looking to get into more of the cryptocurrency space without fully investing into cryptocurrency. But it's completely up to you. Lockheed Martin is a name that I want you guys to watch out for. Now, this name has pulled back off of highs, and I really am starting to like this price point. The stock itself has been on a very strong year overall, finishing $621 at all-time highs this year, has pulled back since then off of these earnings. Looks like they reported $6.47 earnings per share versus, or their estimate was $6.47 versus the actual $6.80. But it was their sales that were down on Lockheed Martin. I don't have the exact price point of what the sales were reported for this quarterly earnings, but because of that, the stock itself pulled back, and also the stock was super hot heading into earnings. That a lot of the momentum was already spent up, and it pulled back off of that. Now we have pulled back quite a bit since then, and because of that, today was another red day. Well, it was about break even for the stock, only up about less than 1%. So Lockheed Martin, I want to watch heading into 2025. This is a good name. This is a good household name to kind of diversify your portfolio with. I think there's a lot of opportunities to invest into companies like Lockheed Martin that'll give you that return that you're looking for under a Trump presidency. Now, there's a lot of stocks out there. Obviously, you can go into the Googles, you can go into the Apples and stuff like that. Google up 4% today. Apple was down actually just under 1%, but you can go into a lot of these names that have been performing very, very well so far. Amazon was a big one, finally broke through $200. That's another solid one. A lot of these names are really well known, talked about, but a couple of those names I really want you guys to look out for, because if you start to see a pullback from some of these or jump in on these when there is some sort of overall market pullback, you'll start to see that once he gets into his presidency during 2025, we're going to see a lot of movement through these markets with these specific stocks. So honestly, just let me know what you guys think about this stock video and this style. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about these stocks. If you guys are interested in any other types of stocks, drop them down below and I can review them. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop it down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.